All right, what's up? This video is going to be a real quick 15-minute rundown for one of my students who graduated from West High School last year, to be not named. The student has decided, after a couple months of hanging out, doing nothing probably, to enlist in the Marine Corps. Congratulations, this student. Great decision, life changer. Very proud of you. And in order to do that, you have to pass a test called the ASVAB, A-S-V-A-B. I forgot what it stands for, but I'm gonna run through a couple concepts. And actually, I taught this person all this information, not all of it, but except for a lot of the word problems, a lot of the algebra and geometry. So I'm gonna run through it and let's get it done. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. So let me zoom this in a little bit and I'm just gonna start, okay? Let me make a couple of adjustments. And here we go. Find the perimeter. Perimeter is what you get when you add up the sides, okay? This is an irregular shape. We have a 5, we have a 4, we have an 8, we have a 4. We need this one and we need this one. So if we need this value and this value, we have to do these two sides right here. This would be 8 minus 5. I'm gonna put a 3 right there, okay? I'll make it legible. That's a 3. 8 minus 5 is 3 because that's not the whole length. The other side would be, if we need this one, we would do, let's see, 4 plus 4. Those are the vertical lines. 4 plus 4 is 8. Now we can add them all up. 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 8 plus 8. I've got 9 plus 3 is 12, plus 4 is 16, plus 8 is 24, plus 8 is 32. There we go. We're 1 for 1. Number 2, radius. This is a circle formula. The circle formula is you got to memorize these, okay? What's the approximate circumference? Circumference is the distance all the way around the circle on the outside. So that formula is C equals pi R. I'm sorry, C equals 2 times pi times R, okay? Pi is always going to be 3.14. That's the ratio, just memorize it, all right? So if the radius is 2 inches, we would go 2 times 3.14 times 2, and you're gonna have to do this on a scratch piece of paper or get some, there's a bell, sorry about that. So 3.14 times 2 for the first part of it is 6.28. Then you multiply that by 2 for the last part, which is the radius. 2 times 3.14 times 2, which would be what? 28 times 2 is 56. So it would be 12.56. There it is. All right. Number 3, what's the value of YZ? All right, well, this side, notice, is a right triangle. I've got a 4 over here and a 5 over there. YZ is right here. This is the Pythagorean's theorem, guaranteed to be on this test. The formula is C squared equals A squared plus B squared, or A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So this is what you got to do. A and B are always the sides, connected to that right angle right there. C is always going to be the hypotenuse. So when I do this, I'm going to plug these in. I'm going to say, okay, well, 5 to the second power, that's C squared, equals A squared is 4 squared, plus we need B squared, all right? 5 times 5 is 25. 4 times 4 is 16. I'm going to keep this B squared down there. I'm solving for B, so I'm going to subtract 16. 25 minus 16 is 9, equals B to the second power, or B squared. I'm taking the square root of both of those. That cancels it out. What times what? Same number as 9. Well, 3 times 3 is 9, so 3 equals B. I'm 3 for 3. All right, let's keep moving. Slow down the video or stop it if you need to. Number 4, area of a rectangle. Area equals length times width. Easy one. There's the length, there's the width. 15 times 9. And I don't know if you can use a calculator for this test. I doubt it. 5 times 9 is 45. Carry the 4. Sorry, that's supposed to be a 5. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 4 is 13. It is 135. Next, identify the angle. Okay, well, on a cute, that's like a little cute baby. That's a little angle under 90 degrees. By the way, you know that that's 90 degrees. Obtuse is your cheeks get bigger when you do obtuse. That's how I taught it to all you guys. So that's like a bigger angle. That's over 90 and less than 180. Complementary is two angles, two that add to 180, so that's not it. And right, well, a right angle is 90 degrees, and this is the right angle window right here. So this angle is a right angle. Okay, you should remember that. Let's keep rolling. Trapezoid. What's the area of the trapezoid? Well, this is a formula that you've got to memorize. All right, area equals 1/2 times height times b1 plus b2. Here are the labels. It doesn't matter what the base is. That's base 1, that's base 2, that's height. Now you plug it in. 1/2, I'm gonna plug it in right over here, times h, which is 10, times 7 plus 15. 1/2 times 10 is 5, because that's 10 divided by 2. 7 plus 15 is 22. Hope this works out. 5 times 22 is 110. Bam. You got to memorize that formula. That's probably for sure going to be on the test. What's the measure of x? All right. Well, the measure of x, that's right there. I noticed these little marks right here. These are congruency marks. These are vertical angles. Same angles flash through the x. If this is 85, this is 85 degrees. There it is. Don't get trapped by these decoys over here. All right, this is 45, that's 45. Doesn't really matter. It's asking you for x. All right, vertical angles go through the x, opposite sides of the x. We did that 900 times in geometry. A circle has a radius of 15 feet. What's most nearly its circumference? All right, what am I going to do here? Well, I know that circumference formula is c equals 2 times pi times r. And if it has a radius of 15 feet, I'm going to plug it in. Circumference equals 2 times 3.14, which is pi all the time, times 15 feet is its radius. I already know that 3.14 times 2 is 6.28, or you could do 3.14 plus 3.14, and then times 15. And this is where you've got to be good at multiplying and just take your time, okay? 6.28 times 15. 8 times 5 is 40. Carry the 4. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 4 is 14. Carry the 1. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 1 is 31. There's my placeholder. 628 times 1 is 8, 2, 6. We add them up. 0, 12, 4, and 9. Decimal, decimal to the left, counting to the right. There's only 2, 1, 2. It should be 94.2. There it is, close to 94. All right. At least it's a multiple choice. That's nice. At 3 p.m., the angle between the hands of the clock is blank. Okay, well, let's draw what 3 p.m. looks like. There's 12, there's 3, there's 6, there's 9. If I'm going to draw the hands of 3 p.m., I think it would be little hand here, big hand straight up. Draw all this stuff out, okay? If you're stuck, man, just draw it out and go, all right, what's the angle between? That looks like a right angle. That's 90 degrees. Bam. We move on. By the way, these shadows are from this child sending me pictures of the ASVAB review book last night with his shadow from the light. So this is not my problem. This is this is the real paper right here. This is the way it should look, but not my fault, all right? We'll do better next time. All right, let's go. The area of the circle, the radius of 5. Another area or circumference of circle radius. You have to memorize these things. Area of a circle is pi r squared. Pi r not round, even though they are, but pi r squared, or pi r times r. So area equals 3.14 times r, which is 5, times that exponent, attached to r, which is 5 times 5. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do 5 times 5 first. So 5 times 5 is 25. Then I've got to figure out 3.14 times 25. All right. I'm going to have to do it the long way again. Big deal. 3.14 times 25. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. There's my placeholder. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Add them up. 0, 15, carry the 1. 8, 7. Placeholder, 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 placeover. 78.5. There it is. Move on. In any triangle, the sum of the interior angles adds up to how many degrees? Well, this is the triangle angle sum theorem. All those angles on the inside add up to 180 no matter what. Memorize that. 180 degrees are the 3 measures of a triangle. That's something you got to memorize. 12. One complementary angle is 62. What's the measure of the other? Complementary. There's supplementary angles and there's complementary angles. Complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. Supplementary add up to 180. Memorize that. So if 1 is 62 for complementary, 90 minus 62 is 8, 2. It is 28. So complementary angles add up to 90, supplementary equal 180. You'll get either one on the test. All right, let's keep moving. In which quadrant does the 0.7, positive 7, negative 8 lie? Well, here we go. Starting from the origin, it is left to right for the x value. It is up and down for the y. You should absolutely remember this, man. The quadrants are labeled from left to right. It goes in a counterclockwise position. We got quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. If we start at the origin and go positive 7 and then negative 8, we're going right and then down. That point's going to be down here somewhere, so that is in quadrant 4. Okay, 1v is 4. There it is. Next one, find the slope of a line. Y equals 2x plus 2/7, okay? Remember this, y equals mx plus b. If it's in this form with the y already by itself, y is isolated. Here it is isolated right there. The number in front of the x is the slope, which would be right there. The slope is 2, all right? Done. The intercept would be 2/7. 2/7 is like, what is it? It's like a fraction, so that'd be like a little bit up on the y-axis, but if it was like a 4, you'd be up 4, then go right 1, up 2. It's just asking for the slope. The slope is either going to be a fraction or a whole number in front of the x if y is by itself. All right, let's keep rolling. Number 15, find the surface area. Well, this is another formula you've got to memorize. I don't know if you probably can't write it on your hand. You can't get caught cheating in the marine ASVAB test because you'll get thrown out of there. You got to memorize this stuff. That means like say it 10 times, write it down 20 times, have someone ask you it, and here it is. Surface area is if we took this thing all the way apart, okay, if we unfolded it, if we clipped it and unfolded this box, like if you took a box with a cardboard box and split it with scissors and laid it flat, this is the deal. In our class, we labeled it and we did it like this, and it was a whole process. But here's the formula: surface area. Surface area is the area on outside of all out of all 6 sides. It equals 2 times width times length, plus 2 times length times height, plus 2 times height times width. It doesn't matter what you label these, okay? Length, width, height. You are going to plug these 3 into that formula. 2 times 10. Look, I just plugged it right in. Plus 2 times length times height would be 10 times 3. And I'm just not even going to do this, all right? I'm I'm not even gonna guess, but you have to plug the formula in. I'm gonna move on. I gotta go to a meeting. I'll do part 2 later on. This is a triangle, area of a triangle. Well, area of a triangle equals 1/2 times base times height. This is the base, this is the height. Here's how we do it. A equals 1/2 4 times 6. There's my plugins right there. 1/2 times 4 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. There's the answer. Memorize that formula for the area of a triangle. Let's cruise on. Find the circumference, another one. Well, we now know that circumference equals 2 times pi times radius. And that, oh yeah, and this is the radius, by the way. Radius is from the middle to the outside. Diameter would be all the way through. Diameter is all the way through. Radius is from the middle to the outside. Circumference is the distance all the way around. So if I plug this in, be 2 times 3.14, which is pi, times radius, which is 15. I know by now that 2 times 3.14 is 6.28, and this is going to be another multiplication problem that you've got to do. Here we go. 6.28 times 15. 8 times 5 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 4 is 14. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 1 is 31. There's my placeholder. 8, 2, 6, 0, 12, 4, 9. Place. We're here. 94.2. Is it 1? Yes, it is. It's right there. All right. Let's move up to this spot right here. What's the vertex? Well, the vertex is the point. That's like the point of the angle. These are the rays. This is the vertex. It's D. Vertex is that point right there. Number 19, what is the measurement of angle D? That says 310 degrees all the way almost around. Well, there's 360 degrees in an entire circle. It's asking you for this angle. 360 minus 310 is 50. 50 degrees. There it is. 310 plus 50 is 360. And number 20, what's the area of the larger circle less the area of the smaller circle? Well, area equals pi r squared. What the trick is here is this. The large circle, the radius here is 4. The small circle will be half of this for 2. So I'm going to do the large circle first, and then I have to, I think I have to subtract them. So the large circle would be, I'm going to put L for large, 3.14 times 4 times 4. I know that 4 times 4 is 16, and I'd go 3.14 times 16. All right. God, I wish I had a calculator. I'm going to use the calculator because I don't feel like doing all this stuff right now because I got these teachers waiting for me. 3.14 times 16, but you better be able to multiply this. 50.24 for the large. For the small, I'm going to put small equals 3.14. Remember, the small one's half this. It's not 4, that's the diameter. The radius is 2 times 2 times 2, which would be 3.14 times 4. 3.14 times 4 equals 12.56. And you'd have to subtract this one minus this one. 50.24 minus 12.56. Oh, shoot. 50.24 minus 12. God. 50.24 minus 12.56 equals, did it wrong again, 50.24. Okay, I'm gonna get this one right. 12.56 equals 37 point whatever. There it is right there. Nailed it. 37.68, but you can do that subtraction and that multiplication by yourself. That concludes part 1, and I will make another one for part 2 or some of those word problems. I'm not gonna do all those word problems because those are hard, but I'll do some.